I thought I'd just do a little section here where I show characters that might be in my plans, probably are in my plans, and just characters that I might want to get in the future. So first of all, we can start with the characters I already have. So Apricity, childe, baizhu, xiao, wriothesley, comedic, shenhe, yelan, neuvillette, so eula, faruzan, and neuvillette. So those are all the characters I do have. Now it's okay in the middle because it's kind of like the characters I already have, and then it's characters I don't really want, and it's characters I do want. So I put Sarah here just because I think nowadays people do actually plan if they want to go for like the dedicated support C6 characters. So speaking of C6 Sarah, I probably will talk about Faruzan, and she'll go here just because everyone knows that Faruzan's strong. I like her design as well, I like her story, but the only problem is I don't really have an animo DPS at the moment. So if I did like main xiao or wanderer, then she would definitely be here, but just because I don't actually, so I'm not in the biggest rush to get her. Goro, I suppose I could put him here as well, or I don't really want him, but I guess he's nice for collection. C6 support characters will go there as well, right? So chevreuse, chevreuse, yes. And I think most people have her here as well, because most people do play some electro character, or maybe even you want to play her with a pyro DPS as well. Oh, I forgot Venti. There we go, I've already got Venti. Okay, so now child. To be honest, I've gone this far without child on my account, and I like his design. Obviously people won't know this, but actually I was originally gonna get child as like my first 5-star because I thought he had a really cool design, but then I accidentally got a Klee early, and then I also got a Zhongli early, so then I didn't actually have any pulls for child back in 1.1. So then I ended up skipping child, and then I never ended up getting him after. Yeah, I was almost an original internata, but I think I don't know if I put him here or here, because I don't particularly want him, but it's not like I'll be upset if I ever get him in the future. And I guess the same thing for xiao at this point. I actually would have put xiao here, but just because a lot of people using him with xianyun now, it's like, oh, he wants like C6 faruzan, which I don't have, and oh, he wants xianyun, which I don't have. He's very high maintenance now, yeah. If only faruzan was on his banner this patch. I do like xiao, I like his design, and he's always in the story, and I also don't mind his gameplay. But yeah, at this point, like, if I ever get C6 faruzan, then xiao would be here, but for now I'll probably here. Yeah, if you don't already have xiao, it's like, yeah, it's too much. It's quite unfortunate, but I do like him as a character though. A lot of these characters I do like, but yeah, if you didn't know already, I'm not a spender in this game. I just buy the Welkin. I don't buy battle pass, I don't buy crystals or whatever, so I can't go for every single character. So that's why I have to prioritize like who I actually like the most, whose design I like, whose story I like, the gameplay aspect as well, if they have synergies. Okay, next character is Eula. Honestly, I would put her in here. The only thing is I don't have a 5-star weapon for her, but I like her design. I just wouldn't go out of my way to go for her, just because like gameplay wise, it's like they don't do anything for physical, so it's not that fun playing physical. So like, the gameplay aspect I don't really like, but the design wise I do like. So I have Navia's signature weapon, but it would look so bad visually on Eula that I probably wouldn't want to use it. And also I've got Serpent Spine as well when I used to buy Battle Pass, but that also looks terrible with her. Yeah, no, the physical, there are some good Eula runs out there, but it's just they could be a lot better if like Hoyo actually made Mika good. So you can definitely get good runs with Eula and you can get good gameplay, but it could have been a lot better. She's basically like xiao, but without the dedicated supports that Xiao got. So imagine if like Eula got a C6 faruzan and a xianyun. No, next character, yoimiya. She is pretty good in the overworld whenever I have played her, but yeah, at this point I just play her on someone else's account if I really wanted to play yoimiya. Same thing for Itto. I think you know it, I know it, we all know where Itto's gonna go. He's gonna go here. I think maybe like there's like some really big Persona 5 fans who like his voice actor, maybe like his comedic relief in events. But yeah, for me he's a bit of an annoying character. And then gameplay wise, mono-geo teams are not that fun, are they? For me personally. And I'd have to get C6 Goro, but I've already got Albedo and Zhongli, so I have got some of the pieces. But yes, having to get C6 Goro is a bit cringe. He's in an even worse place than Eula. I guess so, but at least he got his C6 support. But yeah, I think both of those characters, the fact that they don't have like grouping, that's why I really wanted a physical grouper. I really wanted a physical grouper or like a geo grouper, because you can add a lot more fun into their teams. So imagine if like Eula had like a C6 physical support and a physical grouper, like that would make Eula teams a lot more fun. And then on top of that, a lot of people really like her in the story, so that would make her like really nice to get. Now, Miko. Either here or here. I know a lot of people like her in the story and the personality, but me personally, I don't know if that's like a rare opinion or a common opinion. And we got one weird champ. I guess you like Miko, but me personally, I don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't like her. She's kind of excessive. I've never really been. To be honest, I thought I was gonna get Miko. You know when she first came into one of the live streams, like 1.5 live stream, I think. I thought I was gonna say for this character, but she took so long to come out. I mean, maybe like an entire year to come out, and then there were a lot more like interesting Inazuma characters but by the time she came out. And then on top of that, I mean, I didn't mind the gameplay, but then the gameplay wasn't perfect for me, so yeah, I just never ended up getting her. But I wouldn't mind getting her, so I don't think I would put her straight up here. Maybe put her here. She grew on new gameplay wise stories. I don't really care for her. Yeah, I guess me kind of the same. Like I don't mind her gameplay, but story wise, I don't know. Ayato, I think everyone knows where this is gonna go. He doesn't even appear in the story that much, and when he does, he's kind of just like the same thing as Miko. He's like a guy who knows everything. He can't do any wrong. I do like his animations though, gameplay wise, but like actual like teams and damage wise, it's a note for me. I actually really hope that he was like an Ayaka support when he first came out, especially when they showed off like his burst, and his burst was like the Hydro version of Guan. But then he ended up like having nothing to do with Ayaka gameplay wise, so that was like a big buzzkill for me. I like his trailer though. I think this is one of the best BGMs. he felt underperforming. I mean, that's the thing. His gameplay, he's supposed to be like, he's balanced. I always thought him and yoimiya are balanced around like being good for mobile players or like being good for casual players. Like yoimiya is like the casual single target, ayato is like the casual AoE, and they both got cool animations and they both require like no skill and they're easy to use on mobile. So they're always balanced around not damage but just being like easy to play with cool animations. And if he was like if he had like Ayaka teams, then I would probably put him like, I probably would go for him because I do like his animations, but yeah, I don't like his personality. But you know what I would put? I'm gonna put Shinobu here as well, just because I'm still stuck on C1 Shinobu. But the problem is, if you go look at the history of pulls, I've never pulled on a single banner that ever had Shinobu, which is so unlucky. So cyno ayato banner had Shinobu, which is like a big yikes for me. When else was she on? Nahida Nilu. This was like before I already got both. I already had both of them, and I even had these weapons as well. So I already completed this banner before it even came out. And then I think was her first banner, wasn't it? The Itto one? No, and then she came on Cyno and Venti. Again, that's for me, that's another yikes banner. And then was the Itto banner. Yeah, so this was a solo Itto banner. So again, that's a yikes. So I've been quite unlucky that I've never gotten a chance to actually pull for Shinobu, so being stuck on C1 for me is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, you can see this is my Shinobu. Although she is very well built. And then if you see my faruzan as well, the reason why I really want to go for faruzan is that she's C0. Again, I've never pulled on a banner with faruzan. Yeah, Itto and Wanderer on faruzan, that's a big yikes for me. And then she must have come in the next Wanderer banner. Wanderer and Kokomi. I already had Kokomi. And I don't want Wanderer. So yeah, again. And then this time, yeah, xianyun and Nahida. So I've actually been really unlucky. You literally only got the 3 faruzan. Yeah. Who do you want to play with faruzan? I don't know. Like I said earlier, if I did have C6 faruzan, then I would probably put xiao like either here or here. I wouldn't mind playing xiao with her. I wouldn't also mind just having faruzan, like maybe in the future if there was ever like another animo character, I could always play her with them. You could do like Kazuha, DPS or Lynette. Yeah, honestly, so I never do like actual tier lists or anything, but for me, like strength wise, like C6 faruzan is like one of the strongest characters in the game, period. You could definitely argue that she has as much of an insane kit as C6 as like Bennett and Xiangling and Xingqiu. Obviously it's more specific, but strength wise faruzan is like almost in her own league. It's ridiculous. C6 chevreuse, almost the same thing. The only thing against C6 chevreuse is the team requirement thing. So with faruzan, you have a lot of flexibility. You could play her with like a grouper, you could play her with a shielder. Yeah, it's not for everyone, and it's not for every situation as well. Like, there'll definitely be times where you'd probably rather play like a Kazuha than a chevreuse, even if chevreuse is stronger. And there also isn't really like pyro shielders or pyro or electro shielders. I hope they release another animo DPS that has faruzan on the banner. I actually wish that xianyun was like an animo DPS, and yeah, you can tell that they just, someone in the developer team was a xiao main and they just wanted to make faruzan as busted as possible. Okay, next character is Cyno. Yeah, me personally, I don't mind his jokes, but the fact that his like whole personality is almost the jokes and the puns. he doesn't really have much else. Yeah, he's a matra. He's like one of the matra like officers. So he does have that, but to be honest, like after you've done the main story, like his whole personality is just this. He became like a bit of like comedic relief. Yeah, he's a clown, I guess. He's not as much of a clown as Itto, but yeah, he doesn't really, because there's nothing to do anymore. Like maybe they have another Sumeru event where there's a new big evil and he can be like the Matra again, fighting the big evil. But yeah, for now he's just comedic relief. And then obviously gameplay wise, I think you guys know it, I think everyone knows it. He has to go here. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the puns, it's just, yeah, it's a bit too much. He's kind of like the equivalent of Miko and Ayato, where those two guys, they just know everything, they're too perfect. They're always the masterminds behind an event. So like Cyno, and I guess and Itto, they're like the comedic relief in every event. I mean, I don't completely dislike his gameplay. Like it is fun sometimes with like the whole pressing his skill when the thing comes on the screen. But honestly, yeah, the QTE. But honestly, like the overall package of his gameplay for me is not fun. Okay, so the next one's Wanderer. Honestly, whilst I don't like Wanderer's like design and personality, I think just for exploration, he might go here. Yeah, his exploration. I don't really like want him for like strength in the abyss or anything, but just for exploration he probably would go here, honestly. And also he might obviously he might be on the same banner as faruzan as well. So it could be a case where I'll go for a faruzan, and then if I do end up getting Wanderer, then okay. It's the same thing with like Miko. Like if chevreuse or shinobu, they're well, she's an electro character, she's electro adjacent. If they want a Miko banner, I probably would just pull on that banner, and then if I get Miko. I did think he was cooler before as Scaramouche, rather than like his like story nowadays. But I'm sure that's not like a hot take at all. I'm sure most people preferred him before, when he was like a proper villain. You like the Wanderer theme song? Oh, this one. Yeah, mostly based on exploration. I'd probably put him here. And the whole faruzan combo. Okay, alhaitham. I'm sure some people might already know my opinion of him, but personality wise, design wise, and gameplay wise, for me, I've never been the biggest fan of him. He is almost like a Miko Ayato, like always knows everything. And also gameplay wise, I find him kind of boring. And also speedrun wise, he's kind of boring as well. I don't think I'll ever get him. And he doesn't come with like a C6 4-star that I'd want. Do you get neuvillette for speedrun, or do you like him and speedrun? For neuvillette, I like both. I just didn't actually have enough primos to get him at the time. So what I did was, I had a very low amount of primos at the start of 4.0. So what I did was, I got neuvillette's weapon and I got lyney's weapon, but I didn't actually get their characters. You might think that's like what the hell are you doing? The logic was, at least I could use this on like Ganyu in the meantime, at least I could use this on Klee in the meantime. What kind of kit would you like to see in future characters? I've actually made a video about this before. Yeah, I made this video here before. I have like tons of ideas. I actually thought of like a kit that chevreuse ended up being kind of... I still would like a pyro shenhe, like a second pyro shenhe that you could combo with chevreuse. I still would like that, but I think the characters that I would most want is like a grouper for physical, for like eula and future characters, and a grouper for itto and neuvillette, and then something for cryo as well. I would like to see like optimization of kokomi in like freeze teams. So like this would be very niche, but like hydro character that's optimized for freeze support. Baizhu, I was never the biggest... I actually thought he was going to be like an evil guy. I'm sure everyone did, that he was going to be like a villain, a secret villain, but then he ended up just being like a doctor. And gameplay wise, yeah, I'm gonna put him here. I'm not really the biggest fan of him gameplay wise, although he can be okay in like New Bloom. The only thing is I would never get like constellations of him. Then if I was a dolphin that played like New Bloom and I played like neuvillette, he probably would be like here. But because I'm low budget, he goes here. There was a theory that a snake would be the Dendro Archon. Yeah, it would be like a Voldemort sort of thing. I mean, even if I had like a Yaimiko team, I would probably just play the healerless Yaimiko teams, personally. Now, I actually like Lyney's design and story and gameplay. Like, I actually like Garnu style charge attack gameplay. And Lyney's good for speedruns as well. So he basically ticks all the boxes for me. But the only factor for Lyney, which is a bit questionable, is that I feel like he would rerun around the same time as a neuvillette. So luckily I have both of their weapons already. But the question is, do I have enough pulls to get both of them? And if I didn't have enough pulls, I probably would prioritize neuvillette first. Because I like both of their like designs, their stories, and the gameplay, and they're both also really good for speed running, even at C0. And I have both of their weapons already. Yeah, that's an issue. I mean, it's like banner timing, but the question is, am I factoring in banner timing here? And I'm not sure I am, because I don't know when these two are going to rerun. I just feel like because they came out back to back that they're probably going to rerun around the same time, let alone who else they're going to come with. Like, I feel like both these characters might rerun next patch. I mean, they might have like next patch Lyney, neuvillette, and chiori. She's already confirmed because they already drip marketed her, so she's definitely coming out next patch. But if they rerun all three of these, I mean, I could always get like Lyney in a single temple, and then neuvillette, I win the 50-50. So if both of these characters rerun next patch, I hope I get one of these early. Yeah, they could always put neuvillette at the end of the... They could make him the new Kazuha. For sure, that's a good point. I could see that. So I could see Lyney running next patch. Lyney and chiori, and then they save neuvillette for the summer. I could definitely see that. That's a good point. Actually, first of all, let me put Kirara here, because I've got C3, and her C4 and C6 are actually really good. So if a banner has Kirara, I will consider going for it. Okay, now wriothesley. Me personally, he's here. I thought he would end up being like a bad guy, but then he ended up just being like a good guy, like who knew everything. He was basically like, yeah, he was another Yaimiko Ayato kind of guy, but also it was like the whole prison thing was underwhelming as well, so it was like even worse than like a Yaimiko Ayato. And then also gameplay wise, for me personally, he's a bit boring, and also he's a bit boring for speedruns as well. And then I think Genshin's punching gameplay is that great. Like I'm comparing it to like Honkai Impact 3rd Fuhua gameplay, Characters relying on skills rather than bursts is a big plus for me. Yeah, for sure. Charlotte? I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'm only on C3. So if I get... This is very huge. And this doesn't do much, but it's mainly the C4. Okay, and the last characters are Xianyun. Probably for Overworld. Mostly for Overworld, I'll put her here. Like, if I had Xianyun, but I didn't have C6 faruzan, that probably wouldn't make me want to get xiao even then. Like, for me, xiao is like, you really want C6 faruzan. Yeah, she's for Overworld. So for Wanderer and Xianyun, they're mostly for Overworld. Garming, honestly, he's like here for me. I mean, I've already got him at C0, but I don't care personally. And then Chiori, I think, come on, we have to go for her. She had a good story in the events, and she's like a geo, so I'm hoping for some nice Navia synergies. And yeah, Inazuma character, good designs. As a #1 wriothesley fan, it's hard to see. Oh, my apologies. But bear in mind, if anyone's new here, I don't buy the battle pass. I don't even buy some skins. I don't buy these things. I don't buy these things. The only thing I get is the Welkin. So my pools are very limited. I can't get every single character. So that's why I have to like prioritize my planning, strategizing, and I only try to get characters that I really want. That's why actually a lot of these ended up being 4 stars, which might be surprising. But yeah, for me personally, I only go for like new 5 stars if I really want them. But anyway, so these are my tentative plans for the future. Hopefully lyney and neuvillette rerun soon so I can get them. Could you do a similar list for Star Rail? Yeah, I could actually. So I don't have a lot of 5 stars in this game. I'm a free to play in Star Rail, so it's even more copium than the Genshin. For me personally, Jingyuan might be here. He's got a cool design. He's cool in the story and I like his kit, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get him. Maybe if I accidentally get him, that'd be nice. Silver Wolf, probably the same thing. This might be controversial. Danhong here. He's got a really cool design and the gameplay's cool. Like the whole dragon thing is very cool, but I don't really care for getting him anytime soon. Even though he is cool in a lot of areas, I probably would rather. I find Jingyuan a bit more cooler than Danhong. The thing with Star Rail is, I've said this before, but compared to Genshin has a lot of like Marmite. If you guys know what Marmite is, like the saying of Marmite is you either love or hate them. Star Rail has like a lot of characters that caters to everyone, kind of. Marmite is like Durian, yeah, that's a good comparison. The only power creep is like with the supports. That's what I'd say for sure. I'd say the supporters are power creep, but the DPSs are all around the same level. So like Luocha and Fushuan, when they came out, they were power creep for sure. But like Zila, Jingyuan, Blade, Danhong, they weren't. But when Runmei came out, she's power creep as well. Hanya, maybe here. She was just on a banner that I didn't put on. I would put her on Don't Want just because I already have 2 sustains, but she is like better than both of them, honestly. I'm just not gonna go out of my way to get a 3rd sustain. Argenti, I don't think this is controversial. I think he's probably like the first design where it's like most people, where you either like him or you hate him. He's like a Genshin character, like he's like Itto, I think. Is that fair to say? He's like the first Itto. Oh yeah, that's a good point. If Dr. Ratio wasn't free, he'd be like that, yeah, for sure.